just waiting for everybody to arrive. Like, seriously. Okay, so I leave to Israel. I do a little review. Now, if you are voices for Texas and you want to make sure you give the right voices, I advise Christians to yell your voice as hard as possible to ban the Muslim Brotherhood. Now you're going to ask me, what is the Muslim Brotherhood? Muslim Brotherhood is an evil ideology in America. It's being funded into institutions, books, everything. Now, what is the ideology of the Muslim Brotherhood? Now, I know many people have asked me that. The idea of the Muslim Brotherhood is to make people believe the West is the bad guy and nobody has a right to coexist. That's the Muslim Brotherhood. And let me tell you one thing. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. Because once you are manipulated and these institutions, all these places give all these unusual books that does not match history itself, all these people are going to be manipulated into violence. Violence. You hear? They literally have education system in their books teaching that the West took over everybody and West is the bad guy and West is the ones who did everything wrong, when that is not accurately correct. Muslim countries like Jordan, Jordan's the biggest example I can give you. Pakistan's also the biggest example I can give you. The West helped these countries have their own state and independence. They gave Israel the same will to have us become a state, away from ancient history that starts with Abraham when it comes to this society today. Yes, U.S. participated for the Jews to have a state. U.S. participated for Muslims to have a state. Now, what is the Muslim Brotherhood? What does the Muslim Brotherhood want? The Muslim Brotherhood wants the entire America to be entrapped in like a entrapment fist, play you, fool you by its educations, everything, to make it believe that the West is the bad guy and West is responsible for everything. That is the Muslim Brotherhood narrative. Now, how did this take place? It started in the 1920s. Muslim Brotherhood, I made a video about this, but like I said, I don't think a lot of people like my video, so I do stream instead. Hi, what's going on, Zesty Alone? I am talking about the Muslim Brotherhood chaos that's about to spread in America, and Jake Lang is about to come on the 13th while I leave. So I feel I should give the rightful message. If you join this dumb protest, what should you be screaming on? You should be screaming on, ban Muslim Brotherhoods, books, ban Muslim Brother imams from mosques, turn it down. I would say Pakistan may be stupid, but it done one was smart move. It's closed down all mosques to suspend and terminate all the anti-Israel imams. It literally locked down all mosques. That's what America needs to do. It needs to lock up all the mosques and look at those stupid books and just throw them, burn them, throw them out. They're not going to bring you anything good. All they're going to do is when Muslims come to the mosque like any ordinary family, they're going to be radicalized. What do those books teach? Those books teach that the Christians do not have right to coexist. Jews do not have right to coexist. Native Americans were Muslims that the West killed when Native Americans were Indians. Those books are fucking dangerous. Now, why would you want an ideology like that? Dubai was the first country that banned the Muslim Brotherhood. This ideology that's being funded into American schools, institutions, colleges, somehow, come on, Americans. I know you could do better. Use your history books. History books. Well, who has the West helped? Who had the West help gain independence? What Muslim countries have the West helped? This is what's going to kill them. It's going to kill them to death because this is what they're trying to terminate. They do not want any of the Americans to know ever that they helped the Muslims. If they ever figure out that fucking history, it is over for them because the Americans are going to start exposing, Americans are going to start publishing, and they're going to lose power. Like, wait a minute, people are not believing our education anymore. It's a made-up ideology. It's fake ideology. It's non-existing history using religion as a business weapon. It doesn't even educate Jesus. Now beat that. Any retarded Muslim knows in Arabic who the heck is Jesus. But the Muslim Brotherhood, it educates that Prophet Muhammad was the last prophet and no other prophet existed. False. False. Use your brain. He's not the one that God is going to resurrect and bring back. It's only Jesus. So this education that is expanding in America, I'm amazed how much it's expanding in America. And I wrote to Craig Abbott. Beat that. I wrote to Greg Abbott in Texas that please get in touch with me. You have no idea what the fuck you are doing. Call me. And he never got back to me. I was amazed. Now, before Jake Lynn shows up on the 13th, he's going to have practical calls. And I can't say much about it anymore because Craig Abbott did not get back to me. Craig Abbott did not get back to me. Now, what is the Hamas charter that he's going to settle in the Islamic schools of America? The Hamas charter specifically educates how bad the Christians are, how bad the Jews are, and specifically educates the Palestinian charter to just terminate the Israeli Jews. That's not history itself. Ask a Palestinian, how did Jordan gain independence? West Empire. How did Pakistan grant independence? West Empire. How did all these states become states that are on Israel's neighbor's side? West Empire. Now, this is the shit they do not want you to learn, because if people in America learn this, is, oh, wait a minute, our country helped Muslim countries gain independence, so what are you teaching negative education for? That's what they want to keep you in. They want to keep you in this education to make it look like everything that America did is evil and a lie, and that is not true. That is not true, my friends, whether you're a Hindu, Christian, or a Muslim on my channel, and especially Americans. Wake up. Use your voices to expose history. Use your voices to expose geography. The breakthrough the Muslim Brotherhood is history itself. Away from religion, how did America grant, who did America help with land situations? Who did America help gain independence? Who did America grant a statehood trying to time? Who did America invest with in the Muslim world? That's the tie, and that's the shit they do not want you to know. I gave you the biggest example of all. If you were to cover yourself up and pretend you're a Muslim, just pretend you're a Christian, and you want to get in there just to see what their books are saying, wear a freaking hijab on your head, and just go in there and see what their book says. Their book clearly educates that the West is the bad guy, how much West has done wrong, and only support Israel or only support the Palestinian cause just to insult the West countries. You will learn where you wear a stupid hijab on your head what it teaches. It's a false ideology. The red flag warning I'm going to give to a Christian, if you wear a hijab on your head, just go in there, pretend you're a Muslim, and how it does not educate about Jesus. They don't educate about Jesus. When that's words from my own family, Arab Christians know who is Jesus. But the Muslim Brotherhood does not educate about Jesus. Now, why is that? Let me tell you why is that. Because if they educate about Jesus, then the Muslims are going to make communications with the Christians, aren't they? That, hey, me and you believe in the same thing. That's good to know. And their stupid radical project is over. The day Christians expose that, your Quran says, I'll post the surah in here, that Arab Christians also believe in Jesus. Arabic is a language. So if you believe in Jesus and return of Jesus, they do not want you knowing that, because that's going to unite the Christians and the Muslims not winning it. And their radical chemical spell will not work with their education, would it? No. They want to keep Americans manipulated into things. Brava. I just found out, keep it up. They think that you can be intimidating us. Yes, that's right. You got it, Jose. Did I say your name right? You got it. Use your geography from all over to kill their education. You know it as an American that Americans fought the Native Indians in the Native America. They were not Muslims. Question number 2. Columbus was not a Muslim. It was a Spain. My own retired aunt knows that. When did he become Muslim? This is weird, unethical education they are bringing to America. They are literally bringing it to the table in your house. You're going to feel so freaking confused. It's not even going to make sense to you at the first point. Like, hey, when did this happen? When did that happen? That's why, of course, it's a lie. It's a lie. There's books published about the Native Americans. There's books published about Christopher Columbus. You know all this shit is a lie. Now, here's what's funny. They do not teach about the Middle East. They do not teach about Ishmael, who was an Arab. They do not teach about Isaac, who was a Jew. They do not teach ancient Mesopotamia, where Abraham was born. All they teach is the concept of Muhammad and blah, 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 everything's real. No, Muhammad was not the only guy linked to Arab history. There were more people than the Jewish prophets, and then Jesus has his own story when he was granted after Judaism. I was listening to the story. I believe his name is Isa in a Hebrew Bible, who just as Arabic. This is the shit they do not bring into the mosque. That's when you know you are freaking being played. You are being played by these stupid Muslims from a third world. I'm born here. I'm raised here. Even my oldest of old retired parents know from the 1960s that what is the real education. Now, how did this education change from mosque and turn into this retarded illusion that does not exist? It started, Hamas was born in 1987, the year I was born. Then all this education, especially after 1979, Iran's Iranian regime, that crazy regime that Iranians to get free from, which is a political ideology and it's been chewing them up for centuries. We know that history came in front of my family, so I'm aware what the hell it is. Back in the day with Prince Reza Pahlavi, it was it had link with Israel, it had link with America. It had an okay relationship with the Arabs. I wouldn't say it was super bad that they disagreed with anything, because I've seen Prince Reza Pahlavi give statements sometimes. I'm going to post it one day if somebody wanted to see it. I actually posted a video about this, but then of course, like I said, I don't think anybody liked my history videos that I post, so I stopped publishing and do a stream instead, where he stated about Israel that, oh, they need to treat a little bit Palestinians more a little bit decent, and then he said Palestinians done mistake too. And you know what's funny? I thought many Israelis were lying to me. I thought they were lying to me. I'm like, how can Shah be the bad guy, right? He's a good guy. And then an Israeli educated me, no, that the Iranians had a problem with it. I'm like, you're lying. When did that happen? And I looked it up. Unfortunately, it was true. But that doesn't mean that Shah's relationship was never good. It was good. It was fine to a point where nothing was terrible. It was fine. But these militant group after 1979, Hamas made its way up. Who was his first colleagues? The first colleagues who gave the kick, actually, it started from Egypt. Then it went to Saudi Arabia, but Saudi Arabia backed away. Like, no, we don't want your ideology in our country. And it banned Muslim Brotherhood. Many years from now, Saudi Arabia and UAE warned the US that keep the Muslim Brotherhood proxies away from your country. But the US, one thing I say about US, it's too loyal. It should be mean where it's necessary to the people who's giving it the wrong stuff in its house. That's where United States makes a mistake. It gives the wrong loyalty to the wrong people. Now, if someone's selling you bad stuff for your house, you may be making money, but it's not good for your house. Right or wrong? Just because you're making money, doesn't mean it's good for your house. If somebody sold me $1 million and say that, okay, do this business with me, like a scam. Let's say if somebody offered me a scam job, that, oh, you can be a billionaire, do this job, you can make money so easy. But what if I get stuck as a scammer? What if somebody puts me under arrest and my whole life is destroyed? Well, that's how US is facing right now. I feel bad for the United States. Investing money does not mean welcome a mess in your house. And that's what I feel United States is. It's very loyal, but it's giving the loyalty to in the wrong format where it's busting up its own house. And I feel it's not loyalty, it's weakness in many cases. That too, like I said, I wrote Abbott asking like, what the hell are you doing, man? Before Jake Lane comes, give the stupid mosque a warning that you cannot teach hateful political ideology in this state. If Abbott's not going to take that seriously, my letter, my sources, I'm showing it that you are welcoming a mess in your state. This is not what their education is about. What more possibly could I say? I know their education. Their education teaches Muslims to hate Christianity. Their education teaches to hate Judaism. I know these religions because I grew up on it. My family raised me on it. We didn't hear this shit. We were always educated to respect other religions, other humans, and we have all these third world imams teaching people to be divided. This even words from my own retired mother-in-law that respect all religions. She doesn't even know English, but she's smart enough to know that no, you have to respect other religions. You have to. And remember the exact order they came in. If they should be really teaching something, but there you go, I told you the red flag warning. If they teach this, people are going to unite and their business forever fantasy of radicalism is over. What should they be teaching? Times of Mesopotamia, when Abraham took birth. When did Judaism arrive, claim the Holy Land of Israel? When did Christianity establish? When did Islam, or at least Ishmael and Isaac's relationship, one prophet was a Jew who gave birth to Judaism, Moses. The other was Arab, Muhammad. And there were only two ethnicities back then, Arab and a Jew. It's true. This is all Middle East history. But you see, they don't teach that. They don't teach that. All they teach is one concept. Just one concept. That Muhammad's the final prophet. But that's not the whole truth, my friend Americans. Wake up, wake up. If you want to beat the Muslim Brotherhood, you need to start exposing history that what America has done. And I'm telling you from a Muslim point of view that America has done a lot of good things. People are just not exposing it hard enough. Look up how it helped Jordan gain independence. Look up how Bill Clinton was there in front of Israel to give Gaza away. Look up how Pakistan became a state and how British is the West. How did British help become Pakistan a state? Otherwise, it would have been part of Indian territory for many, many years now. Part of the pagan religion days where India worships Buddhism and things like that, what I did a stream about with my Hindu friend. If it didn't fight, let it have independence, it would have been part of that land. Paganism day is just about land. It's not really an Abrahamic worship. It's about land worship. You get what I'm saying? And I'll explain that some other day. But this is the shit, Christians. Come on, you can be better than this. This is the shit. As American Christians, you need to beat them. You need to kill them. You need to obliterate them. They're here to change your freaking society. They're here to change your American history into history that never existed. Never. There is no such book. If I were to tell somebody, one of my fans, that go type on Google that is Muhammad gonna resurrect, the answer is a no. Peace above on him, but he's not granted to resurrect. There's only one name in existence that every single book knows it. Every Abrahamic religion knows it. It's Prophet Isa, in Arabic, English, Jesus. And they keep that chapter away from schools. Something I asked my mother-in-law, I debated in mosque, that, hey, if we are told that Jesus is supposed to return, why the hell are these imams not passing the message of Jesus? What are they doing in America, teaching an ideology away from the world that's in no book? Instead, they launched their own personal Muslim Brotherhood education books and using those books in American institutions to manipulate people. That's your brain come in. I told you, if a Christian wants to investigate, wear her hijab one day and pretend you're a Muslim and just read their books. Read their books and you're gonna see a history what they wrote versus history itself. They're here to change the West society, West culture, Western history, what the Western history actually has with the Muslim countries. They're here, knock it off the table, because they need to knock off the Muslim American history to make their project successful by radicalizing everyone. If the Muslims give the West support, as in Christians and Muslims and Jews in America, they're not going to be successful. So how to fool the Muslims? How to fool the Muslims? One answer, which one of my friends actually said this, and I actually agree with him. They made these books so deep, critical, and political that Muslims like us feel confused, like, when did they establish this? When did they establish that? When did this happen? When did that happen? And we go blank. We go blank, like, no, wait a minute, when did that happen? Here, because the separation of church or power. Yes, yes, never let them succeed. I hear, and I'm saying it as a Muslim, you must never let them succeed. You're going to be the next Iran. I'm telling you as a Muslim point of view how Iran abused its people using religion as a political ideology. Russia did the same thing in the early days before it became secular. Russia was an Orthodox Christian monarchy. Iran was a religious monarchy. You do not want that, American Christians. Wake up and shout your voices when Jake Lang comes to Texas. Shout to kill the Muslim Brotherhood. Lock up the mosque. If you have to, lock up everything. Don't let them have it. Don't let them have it. Their goal is to change history itself that does not exist and launch their own history. In your own American history. They're here to change your American history and rewrite American history by their textbooks that does not exist. It never did. Meaning a prayer out of school. Yes, yes. They're going to educate people how to become a political force. They're using the mosque as a weapon to radicalize the Muslims and make them into third world criminals just to hate their neighbors. When they're Muslims from here. Now, where is this education coming from? That's what I blame America, that, hey, you invest, but don't invest so much where something where you're investing is messing up your house. Your house. UAE gave this warning years ago. Saudi Arabia gave this warning years ago that do not welcome anything related to the Muslim Brotherhood in your country. You are going to regret. And I feel like a Muslim, they were 100% right. When I listened to someone from Jordan, I forgot where he lived, he's an Arab here, and he said this in a Judeo-Christian space, that how the religion, instead of relationship with God, it's becoming into a political business around here. Oh, in the name of Islam, let's buy a house. Oh, in the name of Islam, let's buy a building. In the name of Islam, let's invest a building. In the name of Islam, let's sell this book. What the hell? That's not relationship with God. That's a business. Now, if a Muslim looks at you like, hey, now wait a minute. How many times have you prayed? Or how many oaths did you remember to Allah? Or how many times did you educate a family how to treat your children? Instead, we are listening here how to abuse other people's children just to keep them manipulated and you can keep your business going. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Yeah, I'm on strike. I'm not going to stop the Christians. I encourage you to get out there, shout with your voices as much as you possible, from words from a Muslim, and stop this shit. You're gonna regret. You're gonna regret because they're gonna manipulate your institutions, your schools. And if they get more and more successful, they're gonna use their political ideas and try to manipulate, like, your politician leaders. The funny thing is, when I ask America, is that why don't you elect local Muslims who are born here with the American culture? Why do you hire immigrants from outside, from a third world? We know American culture. I were too far gone. What do you mean by that, Josie? I would love to listen to your point. Like, what do you mean? Is something happened to you that you feel like I were too far gone? Like, it's hard. What I don't understand about as an American is that why is America hiring third world Muslims versus the Muslims who are actually born here with the American culture? We know what your country wants. We're from here. Instead, you're hiring outsiders who are bringing their education into your house. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. That why would you take their education and philosophy versus the Muslim who actually grew up with your culture. Where there's West Muslims, West Jews, West Black people, and West Christians. We're all West. And you don't want to look at us? What is going on here? That's all I'm going to say. You would rather elect somebody from outside, but not somebody local who actually grew up in West culture. How crazy is that? I love America, but I know what America's doing wrong right now. Like, seriously? What did Rashida Tlaib do? Anything? She made Michigan into a nightmare because she didn't stop the institutions. She didn't stop all these things happening in Michigan. Okay, I get it. Muslims live there. But that does not mean you do not stop these institutions from their actions. That's the governor's job. When you become governor or a political leader to babysit like a state, it's your responsibility to investigate the schools, make sure what schools are educating, make sure what the prayer rooms are teaching. That's what you become a candidate for, something related to the state. You do not become a candidate just for power. You become a candidate to make sure anything in the state is in line. And it's like no matter who's the candidate, no, everybody's just about power. If everybody's just about power, who's looking at the floor? And we are about to hit 2026. And I've seen nobody really pay attention to the country, just fight who gets to have the power. And I feel it. America, I pray for it because I'm an American. I feel like people need to come to their senses. If you do not want America to go into a hellhole storm, people need to come in their damn freaking senses. I mean all direction. It doesn't matter if you're a Jew. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian. It doesn't matter if you're a Hindu. It doesn't matter if you're a Muslim. If you want to stop violence in your house, you need to make sure what the hell is being preached or thrown in your house that this thing is increasing. If I'm watching 6 kids, let's say I'm watching 6 kids, right? And I see them fight, okay? Once or twice I'm gonna tell them stop. But if they do it for 5, 6 years, I'm gonna get curious. Like, okay, what are you guys watching? Who are you hanging around with? What is this new crew like? What influence do you have from who? I'm going to investigate that, hey, these guys are fighting for 2, 3 years. Where does it come from? And if I'm going to see that, okay, you are inspired by this crew, I need you to stay away from this crew, okay? They're a bad inspiration for you, okay? If I see them watching something stupid on television, I'm going to tell them to shut that stupid thing off. You ain't going to watch it anymore. If I'm going to see they're reading a negativity book in my mosque, I'm going to tell them to stop going. Hey, I don't want you learning all that shit. You're not going. I've seen, no matter how stupid Pakistan is, I see some moms slap their child that, okay, or actually an imam. They slap the imam that I do not want my child coming to your mosque. I do not like what you're educating my child. I've seen moms scream really badly in Pakistan that I am not sending my child to your mosque. I do not like what you're educating my child. It's in! It's in! The question is how to stop it. Muslims are going to become more radicalized and it's going to be out of the Christian knowledge. How? How did they become like that? How are they not accepting our history? And I told you that why they're not going to, because of the Muslim Brotherhood manipulation institution education. It's being thrown in mosque. It's being thrown in colleges. It's being thrown in your schools. Now, if you're not going to stop this education from your country, you are going to see chaotic things. Very chaotic things. And you're going to get really curious how to stop it. When somebody turns into a robot, they're already manipulated. You can't stop them from coming back. That's who they transformed into. But the only thing you can do is do a little background digging that who made them that way. And that's what Christians need to do. Christians, before Jake Lang comes to Texas, raise your damn freaking voices. Write to Craig Abbott that investigate all mosques. Investigate their textbooks. Investigate every damn thing. Your parenting style, which is how I was raised, and Proactive parenting. Yes, I'm from the 1970s. I was born in 1987. My parents are from the 1960s. They're still like that. They're even afraid to let me go alone in some places. That's how old-fashioned they are. I was raised that way. And sometimes in this generation, it may feel safe because if someone bullies your child, I mean, look, I'm surprised what America's coming into. This is just, it's not real. That white people, I have many white friends, how are white and black people getting divided suddenly? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I was just saying this to myself. There's white Jews, there's white Muslims, there's white Christians. How are white people getting so divided? There's black Jews, black Muslims who are from Somalia, who recently Trump just announced that Somalia is no longer welcome here. There's black Christians. What is going on, guys? Guys, I'm serious. And Mexicans, they're considered Latino Christians, but people call them Mexicans. Just like how Iranians go by Iranians, no specific Christians. Mexicans are technically considered Latino because they speak Spanish. But even if, you see this divide, guys? Now, if you want to solve this problem, where's this shit coming from? You need to do a little background digging. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck up front, arguing in hate without having to understand what is happening. And I told you what is happening. It's the Muslim Brotherhood manipulation into the country. And I'm surprised how are the... I even wrote Rep. Fine. Read that. I wrote Randy Fine in Florida on X that if you want to stop the radicalization, you need to freaking investigate the imams and the mosque. Close them. Close them. Give them a warning that you cannot educate this here. If you want a job and you want to preach religion, you are not to educate hate in this country. What more can I possibly say? Why are the countries allowing it? I mean, you invest, okay, but you do not invest to a point to destroy your house. Right or wrong? I want an honest opinion if I have Americans on my channel. You do not invest to destroy your house. And I see it. It's like there's no stopping it. You're looking at the money. You're paying attention to the war around, but you're not investing your own house. Like these all new changes that I'm doing. What's happening in my house? Where is it coming from? And I feel like 2030, things are going to be very different. We are not that far from 2030, guys. We are like 2026 is around the corner. We are only 3 years away from 2030. By 2030, I feel like we're going to be in a new society. Things are not going to feel like they felt like before. Being around friends is going to be different. Going to church is going to be different. Going to the mosque is going to be different. Welcoming new friends is going to be different. People would not even want to socialize or go out as much. I promise you that. Because I see it. Look at what's happening. And these new immigrants, your parenting, which, let me read what you wrote. The division stems from far left in ideology fought, pushed their entire school experience. Yes! 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 And it's going to grow if America doesn't come to its freaking senses. I know the Democrats are big new Muslims people. Okay, I get it. No problem, but you do not support their mistakes. No. If they're going to offer you a book that says negative things to spread in your house, why would you buy that education? That makes no freaking sense. We are too far gone. I know. And we are running out of time. I'm telling you, Jake Lang is coming into Texas. I'm going to be in Israel. He's going to be here in Texas to protest. But what is a protest going to do? I wrote him too. What is a protest going to do? Is your protest going to stop freaking all this stuff? Please explain this to me. If it's going to stop, you have millions of protests. Protests in every freaking state to stop it. But is it going to do anything in front of the Constitution? Only the constitutions and the main leaders can put a ban into this, and it seems like there's no escape. No escape. And that's terrible for the Americans. I've never seen this unusual culture as an American, as a Muslim. And it's getting to me because by 2030, I feel like we're going to be in a new dilemma, a big one. And not a lot of people are going to agree with us. Not a lot of people is going to want to socialize. It's going to be two separate particles. And when kids go to schools, like your little kids, they're going to feel scared. When they go to public schools and they see this divide, they're going to feel scared. That's going to leave parents into a crisis. Do they want to continue sending their kids to school, or is it time to do homeschool? Elementary school, they might make it, but middle school and high school, no. Parents are going to be terrified. I spoke to my nephew, right? Like my husband's nephew, who's a cousin's kid. I asked him, how was your, day in school? They recently applied the normal way, nothing fake, and they were approved to come here. So he went to school, right? And he's a Arab child. Asked him, how was your day in school? And he showed me a video. I'm like, what the hell is happening in your school? Why are those two kids fighting? And he told me some black guy and someone from the cafeteria, and I forgot another kid, his name is Ali or something. All three of them got into a fight. And they started beating each other up. And I'm like, what they fight for? He's like, I don't know. They just cursed out each other, got very violent. Now, I didn't want to make the kid scared because he is new. I felt like this is nothing new. It's going to increase because of what's happening. Some people are using their hands. Some people are using guns. Some people are using religion. Hello, guys. Where's the peace books around here? Why isn't the country piecing anything peaceful? This is bad. It's bad. If you want your kids to be safe, raised tomorrow safely, you need to ask stuff out there. I'm not sure for Christian churches, but I know for sure Muslim mosques need to shut up and be banned by the radical Muslim Brotherhood ideology. I'm willing to speak if I have to. Any state, because I know what's in there. I know what's in there. And it needs to be removed from America. It can't stay. It's going to manipulate the Muslim families like, oh, come to a mosque like a normal person. But what do their books say? Very dirty stuff. To hate the Christians, to hate the Jews, to change American history that does not exist. I gave you one. When did Columbus become a Muslim, guys? Columbus is not a Muslim, he's Hispanic. When did Muslims ever fight the Native Americans? They were Indians. These are all the stuff that the Muslim Brotherhood feeds to the Palestinians, which is why they're into radicalized robots. Radicalized robots. So if you ask them, hey, the book of Revelations literally says that Jesus is supposed to come in the final hour. You want to know what they're fed? That, oh, Jesus was a Muslim. No, Arab is in language, guys. Arab is an ethnicity. And the Arabs actually lead. But what they don't know, that's English and Hebrew and Arab are languages. But they're talking about one God, Jesus. So how is it separated? Muslim's not an ethnicity. Arab is. Jew is. These are ethnicities back then. And Arabs lead the Muslim world because that's what who the religion was granted to, Arabs. Jews lead the Jews because that's who made the religion, Jews. And after that came through the Romans, came the birth of Christianity. I'm not sure much about that. I wish I had more Christians to stream with me to educate more people. But yes, that's how it started, guys. Now, if you tell somebody that, that's a fake God. No. Arab is a language. Hebrew is a language. English is a language. It's one. Now, that's what they feed in your damn house. They feed in those stupid mosques that everybody was a Muslim. An entire world is Muslim when that's not true. That's not history itself, guys. You need to stand up, protect your country, write letters, go into that damn mosque and wear hijab, to step in there and look at their education. It's bad. It's bad. I'm not sure for churches, it's bad. And throughout time, this agency has invested so much. It came in 1987 after 9/11, Afghanistan's Taliban, ISIS, they just made their way up. Now I encourage people in America that what can be done for America. The only way to break the tie, if you want them to slow down and you want people not to fall for it, expose history itself, guys. The West has history. The West has a lot of history. West helped Muslim countries gain independence. West helped Jordan become a state. West helped Pakistan become a state, or it would have been part of India. These are the things you need to bring to the table. I know people don't really like to talk about Native American history, but based on what they're teaching, you have to bring Native Americans' history to the table before they manipulate people against the Americans, thinking that Americans are the bad guys. That's not true. It's a false. And it's amazing, within the next 2030, God forbid, any of the newer leaders who follow their education, the Muslim Brotherhood education, comes to your government. You do not want that, guys. You're going to miss what I said as a Muslim. They're going to manipulate your country. They're going to manipulate your way of living. And they're going to enforce their own narrative belief system into your government. I mean, what is a religion anyway? I just told you. Religion is a relationship with God. Whether you're Jew, Muslim, or a Christian, you sit with your family on the dinner table, make a prayer, and start eating before a meal. That's your relationship with God. Instead, I'm going around, in the name of religion, I want to buy a house. Name of religion, I want to invest a mosque. Name of religion, I want to invest all these properties, what's happening in Plano, Texas. In the name of religion, I want to sell my education books. In the name of religion, I want to invest everything as possible, weapons in the name of religion. That's a business, man. How is that religion? You think for a minute, is that even religion? That's a stupid business. And that's how stuff is running. Now, how will the Americans protect themselves? The only way the Americans can protect themselves is if they come to their senses and tell their leaders the right thing, or otherwise, I'm going to conclude it as, you are too late. By 2030, we are busted. 2030. You can imagine how life is going to get by 2030, guys. I mean, all Americans. I don't even mind if I have Hindus on here, but that's going to be the next generation, guys. It's bad. It's going to be bad for your kids. It's going to be really stressful for you to make friends. It's going to be stressful for you to leave your house and socialize. It's going to be stressful to really invite families over for dinner. It's effective. One or two. Why does she not see us? Why does she not see us anymore? When we've been friends for more than 15 years. And